Hello all, welcome to our channel. So in this video we are going to see about the software layers. In this software layer we will have a 3 plus layers. Okay, so basically if you want to develop a software or a website or whatever, you have to fix your front end technology and you have to fix your back end technology and you have to fix your database connection also. Okay, fine. So what are all the front end technology available? Right now we are using a many frameworks for front-end technology. Uh, the most one is HTML and Bootstrap. Okay, so many of them using HTML and Bootstrap still. Nowadays the JS frameworks are growing up. That is Angular framework, Vue framework. Then many frameworks are there. Even React also a most using a framework right now. Okay, so what is backend? Backend, we all know about the backend codes already. I think PHP, Java, .NET, etc. Then comparing to come to database, it's like a MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, etc. So the whole basic for database is SQL. Okay, so you must learn SQL queries before starting the database things. Okay, so what is the connectivity between backend and frontend? Okay, in some use cases we need to implement the JS framework, that is Angular and Vue framework. We cannot directly connect the database to Angular framework or Vue framework. We have to connect it with some services like API services. We have to collect data from API services and we have to render it in Angular framework and Vue framework. Okay, but HTML and Bootstrap is not like that. We can even render itself in a backend code itself. Okay, that means we don't need to give a separate setup for HTML and Bootstrap. I mean, this front end and back end, these both will be combined as a single setup, single layer. Okay, so the HTML and Bootstrap is most, why the HTML is using most thing is PHP and Java can render the HTML things from a single setup itself. Okay, but the database is separate connectivity only. Whatever the PHP or Java or .NET, whatever, you have to connect it with your database with some connectivity techniques. Okay, so when you are going with the frameworks, for example, there is a PHP framework called Laravel Coordinator and Java frameworks called Spring Boot. .NET have a C Sharp. These all things have a basic setup packages for a database connectivity, so you can use that. Okay, so basically these are the three layers for a software layers. Before you starting some software or website, you have to fix this. These front end technologies I'm going to use for this software. This is the back end technology and this is the database. Okay, so this front end technology will collect the data from back end. The connectivity between front end and back end is separate. Okay, same like backend and database connectivity. Backend will collect the database based on the backend logical things, so that the database will run the query and it will return the data to backend. Then the backend will process the data as needed to front end. Okay, so there is no connectivity between front end and database in any software layers. Okay, so I'm just exploring with more like a UI. This is the UI. UI means front end. As I said, this HTML, Bootstrap, and Angular framework is used to create the UI things. Okay, so that these are called the front end technologies. What are all the things you have seeing in this your eyes are UI, user interface. Okay, so what is business layer? Business layer is the back end codes. Okay, in the back end code itself you will write for example in database you have a users table. That the table will have a first name and last name fields. Two columns will be there. For example, first name is a John and second name is a Brito. Okay, so whenever you are retrieving the data from database, that two column values will be come to the business layer, that is backend. But in front end you have to show it as a full name, that is John Brito. You have to concatenate those two values. You can do it self from front end also, but in logical things you have to concatenate that values and return it as a one single field called full name to UI. That will be showing as full name in UI section. Okay, so the most things of the business layer usages, we will have a more logical parts. Okay, for example, if you are taking some calculation parts, you have to do more calculation codes in that database data, so that we will do all the things in business layer itself. Okay, Then after that business layer, we have a data access layer. Nowadays, we are using a many setups like microservices and much more, like a BI tools are there. BI tools will access data from multiple databases. Okay, so they will confuse, getting confuses like how many database we have. Many of the softwares are using like a separate own data warehousing things. Okay, so to avoid that confusions, they are fixing on a layer called a data access layer. In the data access layer, that data access layer will declare the things like which database I'm going to use for this collecting the data, or I'm using the external services, means API services, or from a third party, like that. So this data access layer will collect the data from data from either a database or external things. Then it will keep a single collected data, and the collected data will be connected with the business layer. This will only the business layer request will come to data access. Then this data access layer will switch the source, depends on the request. Okay, so this data will go to data access layer. The data access layer will go to business layer. It will do all the business things, and then it will give it to the UI. That is what we are seeing in our website or things. Okay, okay guys, this is the simple software layers which we are going to use in our apps. Okay, so before starting the software or website, whatever you are doing, please be sure what technology you are taking. Okay, there is a many front-end technology, many back-end technology, there is a database also. So based on your application working requirements, please choose the technologies as you need. Okay guys, so thank you for watching our channel. Do subscribe and share and like. Okay, thank you.